to leave Ukraine as fears grow over a possible Russian invasion. NATO allies are also putting forces on standby and are sending additional ships and fighter jets to Eastern Europe. The Biden administration is weighing the option of sending as many as 5,000 troops, which would be a step up in U.S. involvement in the region. There's new information today on a deadly crash along Interstate 94 near Tower City. The Highway Patrol is now identifying the woman who died as 43-year-old Kelly Hagrot of Bismarck. She was a passenger in a car that rear-ended an unattended tow truck that had been left in the right driving lane of I-94 Saturday night around 9. 42-year-old Timothy Hagrot was driving the car. He's in serious condition. Two girls ages 9 and 14 are in critical condition. All three are being treated at Stanford in Fargo. Police say the tow truck driver had a mechanical issue with his vehicle and got a ride from the scene by a passing motorist. The police report says charges are being investigated against Mario Butler of Minot, who had been driving the tow truck before it became disabled. Opening statements are scheduled this morning in the federal trial of three former Minneapolis police officers accused of depriving George Floyd of his constitutional rights, as fellow officer Derek Chauvin kneeled on Floyd's neck and killed him in 2020. An indictment alleges J. Alexander King, Thomas Lane, and Tu Tao willfully failed to help Floyd. King and Tao are also accused of willfully failing to intervene when Floyd could not breathe. Chauvin pleaded guilty last month to federal and civil rights charges and is awaiting sentencing in that case. He's already serving 22 years after being convicted of state murder charges in Floyd's death. There's no word on if Chauvin will testify in the federal trial against his three former co-workers. And now we want to send things right over to meteorologist Lisa Green for a look at your forecast. Lisa?
Good morning. Your Monday morning features kind of more of the same here. We've got issues out on the roads and more Arctic air taking over. That's the story this January. And today the snow has moved on, but we still have a little bit of light blowing and drifting snow happening here with the wind still hanging around. We are also seeing a north wind, so it is colder air rushing in and wind chills are on the low end. So we've got Arctic air arriving here for that drive too. And that creates some interesting views out there. JC Dodd, she's out at Mount Fargo. We'll hear from her in just a moment. She sent me this photo of light pillars from the city from where she is at. And you can see just looking really cool there. That happens often when we've got those ice crystals in the air and then the city lights help to illuminate those. We've been getting a lot of those really cool pictures in. So today, looks like we're having some issues with our camera here at Luther Family Ford, but we've got some shaky conditions going on when it is running here because we've got a little bit of wind. We're looking at temperatures that are going to continue to drop as long as this north-northwesterly wind continues, a 10-mile-per-hour speed. And it's 4 below now in Fargo. It feels like 21 below. So wind chills are going to be a factor today. Moorhead, 6 below your current temperature right now. And in Grand Forks, a similar situation. We've got a north-northwest wind at 17. It's 8 below for your temperature, and it feels like 31 below already. So starting off our Monday on a frigid note. It's not snowing in Grand Forks. It's likely the sensors detecting maybe some blowing snow going on there. One other thing, we are starting to see that sunrise at the 8 o'clock hour here, and I'll show you that in a moment. But clear skies right now as we are starting to watch that snow from last night move away. It's going to be a quieter day as far as the wind is concerned, or rather as far as the snow is concerned, though we do still have some wind. You may have noticed that DOT plow going by here in the background of our view as they're working to clear off the roads. Temperatures stay below zero. We're going to be right around 3 below this afternoon. North-northwest winds into the teens, so kind of not nice throughout the day today. Quick look at your 7-day planner. First alert weather day on Tuesday, Wednesday. Up to 30, but it's going to be windy, and then we kind of regulate things a little bit toward the end of the week. So let's talk about this. Today's sunrise is at 8 a.m. in Fargo, and in a week it'll be at 7:52. In a month we're going to be closer to around 7 a.m. And for daylight saving time, we kind of take a little step back, but overall we're gaining daylight 2 minutes and 26 seconds each day. So something to keep in mind as we are dealing with this winter weather as we are inching our way each day towards spring and longer days.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. Bundle up over these next 2 days. As soon as we catch a break, it seems like our first alert storm team is telling us more snow is headed our way. Even just a few inches can quickly pile up. So where does it all go? Well, the Valley Today's JC Dodd joins us live from Fargo's largest snow storage area, coined Mount Fargo. Good morning, JC.
Good morning, Bobby. I know you've been waiting all morning for this, but I have finally climbed Mount Fargo. Now, climbed is a pretty generous word, but I'm at the base of it. You can see just how far up behind me it goes, and this is where all of the snow across the city gets piled up. So when they're clearing those roads and pushing all the snow to the side, they're grabbing it and bringing it right here. Now, last week, take a look at this picture. 53 feet is what it measured, and this is off of 45th Street. 53 feet, and it's just January. Now, I spoke with the night supervisor earlier this morning, and he says that they don't need any more snow, that they have their work cut out for them for the rest of the month, because this wind that Lisa keeps telling us about is pushing all of that snow onto the roads, and that
Seems like we might be having some technical difficulties. JC Dodd over on Mount Fargo. An NDSU search committee is bringing in the 5 finalists for the president's job starting today. They'll interview between now and February 3rd. The finalists are David Cook from the University of Kansas, Hisham El-Rawini from Marymount University, Mary Holmes-Claus from the University of Minnesota at Morris and Crookston, Deborah Larson from California State University, and Michael Tidwell from the University of Texas. Candidates will meet with students, faculty, staff, alumni, friends, and campus and community leaders. The search committee will then recommend an unranked slate of finalists to the State Board of Higher Education, which will conduct final interviews at NDSU on February 23rd. The new NDSU president is expected to assume office in June. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is rescheduling his State of the State address for next month. It's now planned for February 16th in Fargo. Burgum was supposed to deliver it last Wednesday, but he postponed it because of laryngitis. Police are asking for tips about shots fired outside a Grand Forks apartment. Officers were called to the 1200 block of 39th Street North around 2 a.m. yesterday after a number of people reported hearing gunshots. Police found several shell casings outside a building, but they did not find any victims or suspects. Firefighters are trying to pinpoint the cause of a house fire in Valley City. They spent much of the day yesterday watching for hot spots at the home on the southeast side of the city. There's no word on any injuries or damage estimates. And a Fargo man is urging people to consider checking over their fast food items after he says he found a piece of hardware in his taco. Michael Bingham and his girlfriend ordered lunch from Taco Bell on South University. When they started to eat, he says he noticed something in his taco and he pulled out what he thinks was a bolt or a screw. Bingham says he wasn't hurt but believes a child might have been. We reached out to the restaurant, but managers there declined to comment. And the Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up to the minute news and weather coming right up now on the Fargo CW.